Aboard the Venator class Star Destroyer of Admiral Yularen, the Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker and his master Obi-Wan Kenobi have been surprised to discover the return of the former Jedi Ahsoka Tano, asking for their help in capturing the renegade Sith Maul. Meeting together with Bo Katan and a group of Mandalorians, the Jedi are reluctant to assist the neutral planet, but send a division of the 501st Legion to aid them. Their decision is made easier by an alarm screaming through the ship, and the dramatic news that General Grievous had just attacked Coruscant, and they had to rescue Chancellor Palpatine. The Jedi navigate through the chaos of the airspace, and skidded into Grievous's flagship the Invisible Hand, battling through every droid crossing their path, before finding the Chancellor at the summit of the ship. To their annoyance, Dooku blocked their path to a successful mission, and Anakin is left to fight the apprentice alone, as Obi-Wan had been knocked out earlier in the duel, but he used his dark side to overpower the separatist leader. Anakin was reluctant to kill Dooku, as it was not the Jedi way, but encouragement from his friend Palpatine forced him to cut his lightsabers across Dooku's neck. But what if Anakin never killed Dooku? How would this impact Palpatine's plans? As you're going to find out, the initial survival of Dooku could have saved more lives than one. The Jedi Knight ferociously attacked his familiar foe, giving in to some of his dark side anger and hate, and finally found a flaw in the aging Sith's technique, severing his arms. Catching the fallen lightsaber and crossing it against Dooku's throat, Anakin could end the war here, but he looked at Obi-Wan and decided that he needed to help him first. Ignoring the not so subtle hints from Palpatine, he pushed Dooku into the hard floor and rendered him unconscious before lifting the railing, trapping his master. Anakin then freed Palpatine, who did not approve of his decision but thanked his rescue attempt, as the Jedi Knight carried the injured duelist on each of his shoulders as they ventured through the ship for an escape. On the way, Obi-Wan was horrified to find a Sith beside him before they were trapped by a ray shield set by Grievous. The cyborg was surprised to see the body of Dooku and ordered his Magna Guards to deal with the Jedi. Grievous himself saw the chaos and smashed all of the windows to depressurize the area, then grabbed the fallen Dooku, scrambling to an escape pod. The Jedi inside had found a section of the ship with enough air to breathe, and R2-D2 sent an emergency signal to the Jedi Council. In the Jedi Temple's communication center, the Jedi had been awaiting for news of the Chancellor's rescue, and the one they received was not one they had expected. Master Ki-Adi-Mundi is dispatched to rescue the Jedi and the Chancellor, taking a group of cloned and Republic gunships to the burning dreadnought. The Jedi had been on the verge of death until they saw Master Mundi and held onto his shoulders, returning to Coruscant. The Jedi left the shuttle bus to a hero's welcome, but the missing Dooku meant that there was no time for celebrations, and they began to plot a trap for the Sith apprentice. Anakin and Obi-Wan stood around the holotable and felt certain that Grievous would have taken Dooku to have his cybernetic arms implemented, pointing to the planet of Geonosis. Master Windu is unwilling to commit resources to what could be a chase of false hope, but Anakin and Obi-Wan dispatched to pursue the separatists, as their initial plans of having Anakin spy on the Chancellor had been scuppered by the escape of Dooku. Back in the office of the secret Sith Lord, Palpatine had not thought that Anakin could resist the temptation to kill Dooku, and perhaps he did not have the dark side to become his future apprentice. Finding the holographic coat of Grievous, the cyborg had been repairing Dooku, just as the Jedi had sensed, and Sidious ordered the Kaleesh duelist to move the remainder of the separatists to Mustafar and await further instructions. From his medical bay, Dooku could hear his master, and staggered to meet his hologram, disbelieving of what Palpatine had ordered Anakin to do on the Invisible Hand. Sidious claimed that it was a warning for Dooku, and what would happen if he failed him again, before the separatists were interrupted by a tactical droid. The Jedi had arrived on their planet of Geonosis, and Dooku flexed his new arms in anticipation of revenge. The Count of Sereno ordered for the Geonosian army to be deployed, and delay the Jedi, as he prepared the massive droid army from the outside of the planet and continued to adapt to his cybernetics. Outside of their secret base, the Jedi heard a loud buzz and prepared their blades as Geonosians rose from their hives on the orders of Dooku and attacked. Lifting a group of fallen rocks, Obi-Wan and Anakin repelled the Geonosian army as the clones fired at rapid speed, and they slowly retreated back into their catacombs. As they did so, the Jedi thought they were free to advance, until they heard a loud rumble from the skies, and a large group of separatist ships dropped into view. That is it for part 1 of What If Anakin Never Killed Dooku. If you'd like to see a part 2 soon, please like this video, turn on the notification bell, click that subscribe button on this channel, as well as on my other channel What If Films. And as always, leave a comment on what if you'd all like to see next, and how I can improve my videos. Thank you all very much for watching, and see you next time.